everybody, and welcome to another episode of Cinnamon Stitches. I'm your yarn host, Jennifer. Today we're going to talk about some things I've been working on, some things I have failed miserably at, and some things I have bought. I also want to talk about the fact that I'm almost at 100 subscribers. Yay! And at 100 subscribers, I will be doing a giveaway. It's probably not going to be a real huge giveaway, but it's going to be something that I think you guys will be excited about. Yeah, so let's get started, okay? If you recall, in one of my very first videos, in my mystery bags, I got a ton of fun fur. A ton. I'm not a big fan of it, but I'm not going to let it go to waste. I tried making pom-poms, but the pom-poms, it's too little a yarn to use, so I needed a bigger project. So I started off trying to make I thought I was going to make a shawl, but this is actually 3 skeins of the fun fur, and it's long enough, it's just not thick enough, but it makes a cute little scarf. My son loves it. He says it feels so good, he likes to rub it on his face. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Probably let it be in the dress up clothes for the kids. I mean, my daughter's almost 14. She's not much for dress up, but she really likes boas, and yeah. So that's one thing I made. It got rid of some of my fun fur. So I'm thinking about using the rest because I have a ton of beige and brown. I was thinking about mixing them and making a bigger shawl instead of that little dinky scarf. And then I got some of this yarn at the thrift store for 59 cents. And this is called Bernat Tizzy. And I had the intention that I was going to make my niece, who's turning 1 year old, a toy out of this, because that's what it's advertised for. That's what the pattern on the label is for. And I started to work it up, and I was like, okay, after working with the fun fur, I didn't have the patience to work this in the round at all. So I started making a square. I was like, well, maybe I'll make something that's wearable. And I started to crochet. And then I was like, okay, let's see if there's any patterns online for Bernat Tizzy. Well, what I found is that this is actually recalled yarn, because there is string that is around the fuzzy part that very easily comes off and is an entanglement risk for infants and children. So, oh yeah, this is not going to my niece. So this is 100% polyester. And I thought, oh, I'll make washcloths. Right? Because this is really thick, squishy, cool material. And so I made a washcloth. And then I was like, okay, well, let's go online and see what people say about using 100% polyester for washcloths. Everybody's saying you can't use it for washcloths because it doesn't absorb water. Okay, but neither does the nylon puff things that we all buy for $1 and used because they puff up the soap. So why couldn't I use this as a washcloth? I have not tried it out as a washcloth yet, but I made 3 of them. So we'll see. I will test it out and let you know. I also made a little face puff. So it feels cool. It seems like it would make a really good washcloth, except it keeps snagging on my hangnails, but we'll see how that works out. And then, oh, I made this. This is a cupcake. This is a little rinky-dink cupcake. It's just one cupcake made this little shawl. And this is in the color Mango Tango. And it's a triangle. It starts off small and it works up big into a triangle. And then I added the little pom-pom that came with it. And I put a button up here on the big part of the triangle, and I'm sure I could find 5,000 other ways to wear this, but today, this is it. So, now let's move on to my failure. Okay, I found this pattern. Actually, I found this yarn, big shock, at the thrift store. This is Red Heart Super Saver, and I think it's in the color Icelandic. It's something along those lines. So I was like, okay, I watched a video a while ago of Gypsy Rose doing planned pooling, and while it seemed really complicated to her at first, she finally got the hang of it, and it really encouraged me to try it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it. And I went to the website and I watched videos and I plotted it out, and I even got a pattern off a red heart for this exact yarn with for a pillow. And I was like, okay, we'll start small. I'll make a pillow. And the first several rows went really well. If you can see, it's actually better on this side. You can see that the pattern, except I can't see it when I do it that way. Okay, you can see the pattern. Maybe it is better on this side. It goes like this, the gray and the blue and everything, and it's worked out perfectly up to this point. And then after that point, I have no idea what happened, because this is supposed to continue on with the dark gray. And this is supposed to be the dark gray, but the dark gray is over here and down here. And this is so complicated. You have to take and measure each amount of color. So you have the light blue here. Okay? From here to here is what I measured 8 stitches. The light gray is 7. This lighter blue is 7. The gray is 7. You have to crochet so perfectly uniform to get those stitches. It was like I would crochet 5 and have to rip it back and do it again because there wasn't enough of the color. And I just over and over and over again, I had to keep crocheting, ripping it back, crocheting, ripping it back. And then the blue actually has to be looser than the rest of the stitches, because for some reason that's longer than 8 stitches most of the time. It just, this was 5 to 6 hours worth of work. This is getting frogged, and I could frog it back to the point where it's good again, but I hate this. I cannot. I mean, I'm sure if it kept going at this point it would be beautiful. But I had to move from a 5mm that I started with to a 4 because the stitches were too big. I don't crochet tight enough to make this work. I don't. I'm a loose crocheter. My hands hurt when I crochet too tight. I hate everything about that. I just hate it. I don't even want to look at it. That is getting frogged probably tonight. So let's move on to purchases. And these are still in the bag, so you're going to hear some crinkling. Oh, I made this too. I forgot. I made this. This is just, excuse me, Brunhilde. It's just a scarf. But I actually wanted to connect it to make it an infinity scarf / shawl. And I made it big enough to fit around my shoulders. And this is Red Heart Infinity, I think. And I know you probably can't see it, but this is sparkly yarn. And it's so pretty. And it's like ombre. This is two different skeins. I got one skein at A.C Moore for, I believe, $1. And I got the other skein for $1 at the thrift store. And it's ombre and sparkle. And I did 2 different stitches so that it was, you know, completely different, so you could tell the difference. This side I did single crochet, half double, double crochet, single, half double, double, all the way through. And then this side I did single crochet back loops only, so that it's like the ridges. And I'm sure there are lots of ways I could wear this. I could wear it as a scarf. I could tuck it under. And it fits like a shawl, like you saw on Brunhilde. But I think that is absolutely gorgeous. I might even put buttons on it. I don't know. Okay, back to purchases. A.C Moore had a sale for their Chateau yarn, which is kind of like the Bernat blanket yarn. It's not as thick, I don't think. I don't have a lot of experience with Bernat blanket yarn, but anyway, this was on sale for $2.88, I believe. And so, no, yeah, $2.88. So I got 3 for $10, basically. So I went and I bought 3, and this is in the color Orchid, and it's purples and that. And then I bought 2 of this. This is called Teal Lilac. So, and actually, I forgot something I made. It's upstairs. I found at the thrift store a while ago, I found a pattern and a pair of slipper bases. It's like the bottom of your slipper where it's suede and there's fur lining in it, and there's holes punched all the way around it so that you can crochet into it and make a pair of slippers. And it came with Caron Simply Soft, but I knew that I wanted big fluffy slippers. I didn't want like Caron Simply Soft. I'm really rough on my shoes, so I can just imagine I would rip right through the Caron Simply Soft. So I used some of this and made the absolute cutest slippers, and I will try to remember to show those at a later date. And then Creative Grandma and Premier Yarns have been posting that they have new yarns that is exclusive to A.C Moore. I went to A.C Moore. I could not find the yarn. There is no new yarn at all in the store. And I got kind of irritated by that. Because it was, oh, it's a big release date. It's going to be out April 12th. And even Creative Grandma told me that it was supposed to be in stores. Like, it's supposed to be on the 12th. It was, they told her it was going to be out on the 12th. It is not in my store. As a matter of fact, as of today, which is, I believe, the 17th, it is still not in my store. They don't know about this yarn. I actually contacted A.C Moore customer service, and I asked them, was the advertisement wrong? Was it going to be in my store? And the customer service rep, first of all, was ignorant. I hate saying that about people. She didn't even read the email and wrote me back and said, well, if you need to find a specific yarn, Cinnamon, which my name is not Cinnamon, that is my email address, and I put my name in the email, that you need to contact your store because I have no way of finding out anything. I was like, you didn't even read the email. My name is Jennifer #1, and that's not how you address people. That's not customer service. And I've heard horrible things about A.C Moore's customer service on their website, and this completely affirmed to me that all the reports that I've heard about their customer service is right. They're terrible. So I wrote her back, and I told her to read the email this time. And I was nice about it. I mean, I'm rude right now because I'm irritated because this has been several emails back and forth. By the way, her name is Stephanie. Her little handle is Steph. She don't know what I'm talking about. The store manager doesn't know what I'm talking about. No one knows what I'm talking about. Even though it's advertised on Facebook, it's advertised on YouTube. Premier Yarns has advertised for this yarn. Anyway, so I'm a little peeved because I love A.C Moore stores. I do a lot to promote them, and I was not treated very nicely, and I'm irritated. And we all know I love my Premier Yarn, so I'm gonna buy my Premier Yarns. I'm just gonna have to not buy it from A.C Moore at this time until I'm not irritated anymore. Anyway, I got my $10 reward because A.C Moore has a rewards program, and if you spend so many dollars, you get so many points back. And if you have 2,000 points at the end of the month, they give you a $10 check. $10 off of $10. So I had that. I was gonna buy the new Premier Yarns exclusive to A.C Moore, but obviously they didn't have it, and no signs that they're gonna have it. So I found clearance yarn instead. This is Premier Yarns Spice Shop, and this is in the color Cherry. I've never seen this yarn before, and I think it's probably discontinued, which is probably why it was clearanced out. This was $5, but it's so pretty. And we all know that I love red. I love red. And this is a bulky. It's a bulky 5. And it's 50% acrylic, 41% cotton, 9% polyester. So that ought to be fun. I think I'm going to make a shawl out of that. And they also had this color, and it's the same. It's Premier Yarns Spice Shop, and it's in the color Last Harvest. And this has oranges and purples and reddish colors and grays. I just think it's really pretty. And this is probably going to be a shawl too. And this was 100% free because they were $5 each. And when you get your $10 off, it made the total $0, so they couldn't even tax me. So, yeah, that's what I purchased this week. I also wanted to let you know, on a much lighter note, Lion Brand website is having a 10 for 10 sale. I will put the link below, but I think the website address is lionbrand.com/10for10. So the number 10, the word 4, and then the number 10 again. I will put the link. They have homespun, they have woolies, they have hometown, I believe. I think that's what it's called. I know I have some. I have some somewhere. Anyway, they have several different types of yarn, and they have little mini packs of Vanna, and they're like little tiny mini skeins. I think there's 9 skeins, and those are $1. So yeah, if you want to go check that out, I'll put the link below. But I was so excited. Hi, this is Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches. I forgot to put something in my video. I wanted to give a little shout out to my friend over at Ricola CrochetandStuff. Her name is Crystal. She is really cool. I discovered her channel because it popped up in my feed, and I watched one of her videos, and she was incredibly honest and blunt in her video, and it made me laugh because that's my personality. So I was like, okay, I like this girl. So I clicked and I subscribed. And then I started watching some more of her videos, and I saw that she had a Mickey Mouse hoodie on. Okay, I am a total Mickey Mouse, Disney, everything obsessed type of person. I love Disney. I love Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is my husband. But so then I was like, okay, I really like this girl. And then I started watching more and more of her videos. I actually have seen all of her videos. I think she's awesome. So I want you to go over and check her out and subscribe to her because she's really enjoyable to watch. She's making some really cool amigurumis right now. She just made this little unicorn guy or girl, or it's a person. It's a unicorn person, and it's so cute. And I'm slightly jealous because I am terrified to make people because my amigurumi skills are limited. I mean, I can make a turtle. I can't make people. Yeah, so go check her out. I will leave the link below. And that was just a little addendum to my video because I forgot and I meant to put it in. So, alright. Hi, Crystal.